press the bell icon on the YouTube app and never miss another update.
Okay children, so in the previous session we have started with motion in a plane, and one part of that first part we have done with. In that I have explained what exactly motion of a particle in a plane, and some basic parameters once again related to all, like this position vector, displacement vector, velocity vector, acceleration, how to write in plane for a particle if it is moving, right? How we need to write for all those we have studied. Now we will study motion in a plane, that means a body which is moving in a plane and moving with uniform acceleration. Motion under uniform acceleration. Motion under uniform acceleration. Motion under uniform acceleration. All the uniform accelerated bodies, right? How we need to write the equations corresponding to this particular motion in plane. Straight away look back, right? We have studied in motion in straight line. So what we have studied there, kinematic equations we have studied for a body which is moving under uniform acceleration. I hope you have remembered all those, and it should be like how you will remember your name. The same way you have to remember all those equations. V equals to u plus at, s equals to ut plus of at square, v square equals to u square plus 2as, and snth u plus a into n minus 1 by 2. So they are so valid equations, like when you are going to consider a body under uniform acceleration, those equations should come into picture. So whereas here the same equations how we are going to hold good in case of plane, when you are supposed to talk something about motion in a plane, how these kinematic equations are going to be written. Kinematic equations in case of motion in a plane for a body moving with uniform acceleration. Kinematic equations itself is nothing but what? For a body moving under uniform acceleration, what are all equations corresponding to them are what? Kinematic equations. But not in straight line, in plane we are going to study here. Okay. So just what equations we have studied, once again we are going to write, but in vector notation I am going to write here. V bar equals to velocity u bar plus a bar into c. What specialty is there in that, sir? You have written same V, U, A, T, some vectors you have written. You will come to know when we started doing some problems or some examples, when we will see what is the difference for writing this vector notation for this, right? What exactly the difference of, what difference we are going to hold with, we will see. V equals to U plus AT, and next second equation is what you are having, displacement. S equals to ut plus of at square, here also u bar into t plus half into a bar into t square. S equals to ut plus half at square. S bar equals to u bar into t plus half a bar into t square. And then the third equation is like v square is there, you can't multiply just like v bar square, you should not write here. Why? Because you are already aware of multiplication of vectors also, means can we multiply two vectors like this, v bar into v bar is v bar square, can we write like this? Is this a valid equation? This is just meaningless. You cannot have the multiplication of vectors. Likewise, how we will do the just with numbers, how we will do, you can't do that kind of thing. So for that we are having two ways of multiplication. What are those? Scalar multiplication and vector multiplication, or scalar product and or scalar product is nothing but dot product, cross product is nothing but vector product. So this equation we have to write like this, v dot v, it will be equals to u dot u plus 2 into a dot s. This is the dot product we are writing. V dot v equals to, this is what, u dot u plus 2 into a dot s. These three are the kinematic equations we are having. One more also if you want to write, nth displacement in the nth second, if you want to write u plus u bar plus This is a bar into n minus 1 by 2, the same way how we have written. So how you need to put these equations into practice is a question mark here now. So how we need to make use of this? You have written, sir, okay, fine, everything. So but what is the use of writing in vector notation? So we would have studied like v equals to u plus at only, no? So what is the need of writing these all equations over there? Means we will see with certain examples now. But you just remember kinematic equations in case of what? Plane. A body which is moving in a plane under uniform acceleration, what are all the equations that are valid are what? This 4 equation. V bar equals to u bar plus a bar into t. Similarly 3 equations you have to remember with. Now we will see the applications of these problems or applications of these equations, how we are supposed to write. What is the use of those equations we will see now. See, I will straight away start with certain example, like a body initially moving with a velocity of 2i cap plus 3j cap. What is that? Initial velocity equals to what? 2i cap plus 3j cap meter per second. Changes its velocity to, changes to some v equals to 10i cap plus 4j cap, 10i cap plus 4j cap meter per second in a time of in t equals to 5 seconds, let me say, or some like or 2 seconds or something, let me say. In a time of how much time it has been changed? 2 seconds. Question is, what will be the acceleration of the body? What is the value of acceleration of this body is how much they will ask it. So once again, the body initially moving with a velocity of 2i cap plus 3j cap changes to 10i cap plus 4j cap meter per second in a time of 2 seconds. Then what is the acceleration of the body they will ask. You have once again initial velocity, final velocity, acceleration and time. Corresponding equation is what? V equals to u plus at. So what you have to solve for here in this equation? Acceleration you have to solve. So that's why v bar minus u bar divided by t is nothing but what? A bar. Or else a bar equals to, what is the value of v bar ma? V is 10i cap plus 4j cap minus u is what? 2i cap plus 3j cap. This is 2i cap plus 3j cap whole divided by time taken for the change is how much? 2 seconds. So now you know subtraction of this to 10i minus 2 how much? 8i cap 4 minus 3, see 4j cap minus 3j cap 1j cap minus j cap divided by time taken is how much here? 2. Or acceleration of this particle will be equals to, acceleration it will be equals to how much? 8 by 2 is what? 4i cap minus 1 by 2 is 0.5. This is 0.5 into j cap meter per second square. Meter per second square. This is how we need to find out acceleration using these kinematic equations. Vectors are given here. Initial velocity, final velocity, time taken, has to solve for what? Acceleration of the particle. This is moving in plane. Here in the question, if they may not ask directly acceleration, they may ask like what is the horizontal component of acceleration here in this problem, right? Instead of writing the total acceleration there, what is the horizontal component of acceleration or x component of acceleration is how much they will ask there. What is the x component of acceleration? We got 4. Ax is x component of acceleration, how much it is? 4 meter per second square, like this you have to say. What is y component of acceleration? Minus 0.5. Y component of acceleration is minus 0.5 meter per second square. Likewise, anything they may ask. Anything they may ask you. You have to find like this. What is the direction of acceleration? Magnitude of acceleration is how much they may ask here. What is the magnitude of acceleration? Mod A you have to find. Implies here itself I'll write, see, mod A, magnitude of acceleration is, I and j components are there, means directly I can write what? Root of, this is 4 square plus 0.5 means what? 1 by 2 whole square. 16 plus 1 by 4, I think it is like 64 plus 1, 65 by 4, or mod A it will be equals to root 65 divided by 2, you will get meter per second square. Mod A it will be equals to what? Root 65 divided by 2. That's why I need to write for acceleration. Direction if they ask here. Meaning is, can you tell me how this acceleration vector in xy coordinate system now? If I take an xy coordinate system, how the acceleration it is, can you tell me? See, ax is along positive x direction, in this direction ax, ay is what? Minus in the downward direction. So that's why this is the acceleration here, a bar, like this you have to mention. This is the direction of acceleration. If they are given a graph giving this problem, pick the correct graph or pick the correct option, like this graphs 4 they will give. Likewise option A, option B, option C, option D, like that. You have to pick which is the acceleration, direction of acceleration is this one. How to find the angle? Let's say it is making an angle theta with positive x axis. See, when you are taking this angle, how to write? Like tan theta it will be equals to ay by ax, but with a negative sign. Theta equals to, will write minus tan inverse of ay is how much ma? Ay is 0.5, that is 1 by 2. Ax is what? 4. Means we will get 1 by 2 divided by 4, means we will get directly, I will write, see here, 1 by 8. Tan inverse of 1 by 8. Even if you won't calculate in the options, if it is there, you can take. Or else they will give log books to calculate this value, no need to bother. I have written negative sign here. Theta equals to minus tan inverse of 1 by 8 with positive x axis. Positive x axis. This is the direction what they are representing here now. What does this mean now? I have already told in the previous session itself, any angle which is measured in clockwise direction to be taken as a negative, represent it as negative, and any angle which is measured in anti-clockwise direction, we represent it as positive value. Here see, it is measured in clockwise direction, that's why the value angle should be mentioned as what? Negative, minus tan inverse of 1 by 8. This is how we need to solve for the problems or the concept when it comes to plane. If they are given some parameters like velocity, acceleration or displacement, how to solve for rest of the parameters, is this the way. I hope you got this point, and I will give one more example to make use of other kinematic equations also. I hope you got this. Like now I suppose to find out displacement. Let me say, if they are given like initial velocity, they are given what? Initial velocity, and they are supposed to find out displacement, for example, or else one more example, like for a body moving with a velocity of 3i cap plus 4j cap meter per second, comma, an acceleration is given for a body moving with a velocity of 3i cap plus 4j cap meter per second, comma, if a equals to or acceleration of some 2j cap meter per second square is given, then find first one displacement, comma, second one velocity v bar. I have to find out its displacement and velocity after t equals to some 2 seconds. After t equals to what? 2 seconds, I supposed to find out what? Displacement and velocity. So how you need to solve for it? Now you will come to know the equations, use of those equations which we have written there. What are those? What are the equations? What they are given? Tell me here now. Initially moving with a velocity of 3a plus 4j means what is the meaning? This is initial velocity they have given. This is the question what they have asked for here. Given what ma? Given initial velocity u bar equals to how much? Some 3i cap plus 4j cap meter per second. Acceleration also they have given how much? 2j cap. Acceleration is 2j cap meter per second. And time of journey is how much? Some time taken is what? 2 seconds they are asking. So now how to find out? First of all, displacement. First thing you have to find out is what? Displacement. What is the formula for displacement you are having? Displacement is u into t plus half a bar into t square. But to substitute just means s bar will be equals to u is how much? U we got it as what? 3i plus 4j. This is 3i cap plus 4j cap plus 1 by 2 into a bar is how much? 2j cap they have given, see here. This is 2j cap into time is 2 seconds means 2 square I am going to write. Simplify this. How much you will get now? Implies s bar will be equals to, once again this is 3i plus 4j. See 2 they will get cancelled here. J cap into 4 is 4j cap. Means straight away 3i cap plus 4j cap plus this value you are having is how much? 4j cap plus 4j cap. So finally you can write displacement will be equals to 4 plus 4 8j and 3i you are having. This is 3i cap plus 8j cap meters is what? Displacement. Like this you have to solve. And one more thing, velocity also they are asking. How to find out velocity? What is the relation for velocity you are having? V bar equals to u bar plus a bar into t. See, I think you made more convenient by solving an example here. The equations which I have given, right? So you should be very comfortable with solving this. I am making you to learn this, how you have to, even this is very simple things only, not so difficult. I just want you to make it to be very familiar with this, or you need to be more comfortable in, at least for substitution for those vectors. How I need to substitute for the given values, how I need to solve for it. So that you need to be more comfortable. That's what my intention here is for giving an example every time. V bar equals to, u bar is how much? 3i plus 4j plus a bar is how much? 2j cap. 2j cap into time taken is 2 seconds. 2 plus 2 4. 4 plus 4 8. So that's why velocity will be equals to 3i plus, this is 4j plus 4j how much? 8j cap meter per second. That's how we need to solve for what? Velocity. How we need to write for velocity? Just example of making use of the kinematic equations which we are having to solve for required parameters in plane. These are all the equations how you are supposed to write down. Okay. Next, and the next thing, use of these kinematic equations, right? And along with that, okay, so along with that instantaneous velocity or instantaneous acceleration if I want to find out. So how you can find out using these displacement equations they have given, right? For example, I will give see here, position of the particle varies with time, or they are given position vector of the particle as some r bar equals to, see, variable it is, like it is not moving under uniform acceleration. I'll just come out to non-uniform. Uniform acceleration means equations which I have given, those we can make use. Non-uniform acceleration. Non-uniform acceleration means what? Non-uniform acceleration means change in velocity will not be equal in equal intervals of time. Means delta v by delta t is not equal at all the time. Then we will say that is non-uniform acceleration. Means what? Acceleration keeps on changing with respect to time. If it is independent of time, if acceleration is independent of time, uniform acceleration it is. If acceleration keeps on changes with respect to time, non-uniform acceleration. For example, such type of thing I will take here now. Displacement vector is some t cubed into I cap plus some t square into j cap meters. This is the position vector. Meaning is, this is a position vector which depends on time. It keeps on changes with respect to time. At t equals to 1, r bar is I cap plus j cap. At t equals to 2, it is going to be some other value. If I substitute for t equals to 3, other value you are going to get. But so in that case, if displacement or position vector of a particle keeps on changes with respect to time, then how we need to find out x component of its velocity? How Vx value it is going to be? Vx value will be equals to what? Vy value will be equals to how much? Or Ax and Ay value will be equals to how much? We have to solve for it. See, this is, you can take this one as like Rx and this is Ry. Meaning is how x component of this position, x component of the position of the particle is changing according to what? T cube. Y component is changing according to what? T square. I want velocity vector. You know velocity vector is Vx I cap plus Vy into j cap. What is Vx? How to write down Vx means d by dt of Rx, x component you have to differentiate. So that means d by dt of Rx is what they have taken here, t cubed, like this. Similarly, differentiation of t cubed is how much with respect to t means 3t square. I hope you are very comfortable with that. Enough number of classes sir has given on that, right? I hope differentiation and integration you are much flexible and comfortable now. So you should be able to solve. Differentiation of t cube means 3t square, straight away I have given. If you are not, you have to go through with those videos once again. Vy is nothing but d by dt of ry. So that is d by dt of, what is the value of ry here? T square, like this you have to write. Differentiation of t square is what now? 2t. Now if I suppose to write the value of velocity, v bar it will be equals to, see, Vx value is what? 3t square, means this is 3t square into I cap plus, what is the value of Vy? We got 2t. So that means 2t into j cap, so many meters per second. That is how we need to write for velocity, how it varies with respect to what? Time. This is the velocity equation, like this. How to write acceleration now? Acceleration will be equals to some Ax I cap plus Ay into j cap, meter per second square. What is Ax means? Once again, Ax is nothing but what? D by dt of Vx. How much it is? D by dt of differentiation of Vx, how much we got? 3t square. This is 3t square. I hope you know 3 common. Differentiation of t square is 2t. So 3 into 2t will get 6t. Directly I have written. And similarly Ay, y component of acceleration, how much it is? D by dt of, see, d by dt of y component is how much? A differentiation of 2t. This is differentiation of 2t. Vy is 2t only now we got. That's what. So 2 is common. dt by dt is how much? 1. So finally if I want to write for acceleration, a bar will be equals to, see, a bar equals to Ax I cap. Ax how much we got? 60. This is 60 I cap plus, what is the value of Ay? 2 we got. That's why it is 2 into j cap. So many meter per second square. So like this you have to write for acceleration, velocity and displacement, anything if they are given, right? How we need to write in case of non-uniform acceleration? For a body which is moving under non-uniform acceleration, how these equations to be written are, these are all instantaneous values, instantaneous velocity and instantaneous acceleration. Wherever you are going to go for differentiation, instantaneous, we have already studied much about that, all the definition. At a particular instant of time, if you want to find the velocity or acceleration, right? So you need to go for the differentiation of those terminology here. D by dt of is the value, how we have to write for it. So I hope you got all this. A small conclusion for that, I will just mention for velocity and acceleration, how we need to write. Taken straight away with the example and I have given. If they are given position vector which is changing with respect to time, if they are given like some rx I cap plus ry j cap, means rx is varying with respect to time and ry is also varying with respect to time, then velocity vector how it changes with respect to time means this is vx I cap plus vy j cap, or else you can write like v of t, it will be equals to d by dt of rx into I cap plus d by dt of ry into j cap, like this you have to mention. Similarly also acceleration, if you want to write, how to write? Acceleration is a of t, it will be equals to, what is the meaning of a of t? Means acceleration keeps on changes with respect to time, then it will be equals to what? Ax I cap plus ay j cap. What is Ax? This is a of t will be equals to d by dt of vx plus into I cap plus d by dt of vy into j cap, like this you have to mention. This is all about the equations which you have to remember, corresponding equations for a body which is moving with non-uniform acceleration, means if it keeps on varies with respect to time, for those the equations if you want to solve for anything likewise in vector form, whenever you are supposed to write, no, these are the equations which you have to remember and you have to solve for them. Horizontal and vertical components, how you have to solve, velocity, displacement, time or anything, you can solve for it based on these values. Okay, I hope you got this point. We'll rub this. See, if I am speeding up in rubbing, you can pause the video and you can copy them and then you can go for the session. You can continue. Next. So, as of till now, what are all we have studied, right? How to write the equations, only about the equation part we have studied in plane, representing displacement, velocity, acceleration or any other, how we have to write. Now, actual thing, what exactly two-dimensional motion is or in plane means, it is all about straight line motion in two ways how we are going to study now, like a body which is moving in x direction, a body which is moving in y direction. Its combination itself is the plane. But the point means under two separate straight line motions we are going to club it, two bodies or one of the body, if you take its x as well as the y direction motions, if I am going to consider, if I am going to club them as two individual straight line motions, if I am going to club those two individual straight line motions, then itself is what a plane is. Or if I want to just say about much an example, we have studied the projectiles, vertically projected body we have studied in motion in a straight line chapter. So there firstly we have studied horizontal motion, means only about a body which is moving in only in x direction, we have studied up to certain extent, and all those equations we made used. After that we came to what? Vertical motion. In vertical motion also, first we have started with freely falling body. If I am going to drop a body from certain height, what happens, what parameters it will, what are all changes it will take, we have studied. And then if it is going to be thrown vertically up, if the body is going to be thrown vertically up, that is nothing but a projectile. That is vertically projected body, we will say. Anything which is going to be thrown vertically up or make an angle 90 with horizontal. See, if I am going to throw it vertically up, in the sense, what is the angle it is going to be made with horizontal here? 90 degrees only, na? A body which is thrown up vertically or thrown at an angle 90 degrees with horizontal, that is said to be vertically projected body, we have studied. Meaning is, projectile is something which is thrown into air, right, making an angle theta other than 90. See, now we need to talk something about projectiles. What do you mean by a projectile? And its motion in plane we have to study about. So what is that projectile? I told you vertically projected body, we have studied that, we need not to bother about. But what exactly a projectile? How to define a projectile? Anything which is thrown into air. See, once again, anything which is thrown into air, you need not to keep on giving any force on it, you just throw it and leave it. Anything which is thrown into air, making an angle theta other than 90 or 0, making an angle theta other than 0 or 90 or 0 means what? What is the meaning? If it is, I have thrown something into air like this and it is making an angle theta with horizontal, but this theta should be other than 90. If it is 90, then it is a vertically projected body. We are not bothered about it. If it is 0, then it is horizontal projectile. We will study in the later course of our discussion. So that's why projectile motion is nothing but, what do you mean by projectile? First of all means a body which is thrown into air, which makes an angle theta with horizontal other than 0 and 90, itself we should call it as a projectile. What do you call it as? A projectile. A body which is thrown into air, making an angle theta with horizontal other than 90 or 0, itself we should call it as a projectile. Okay. So now our complete intention is to solve or to study about this projectile motion, motion of this projectile. So we have to study, I think in this course or in this particular session itself, I don't think so it is going to be completed. I will try with that. If it is not, we will extend even for the next session also. So projectile. So what we have to study here is, a body has been thrown into air with certain velocity u, making an angle theta with horizontal. What is the path it is going to be taken? What is the path taken by the projectile? That path taken by the projectile, or we can also call it as trajectory of the projectile. What is that? Trajectory of the projectile, what it is. See, if I throw something like this, first of all you just study what are all it is going to happen for this particular motion of that projectile. If I throw, let's say this shark itself, I have thrown like this, what happens? It just keeps on moving like that only into space. Will it move like that only? No. Whenever you are going to throw, you just give some pinch of velocity for that and you leave. What happens? It just moves somewhere and travels and finally it reaches somewhere at this point. This is the trajectory or the path, sorry, but this is what the path in which this projectile has been moved, or this is the path taken by the projectile. Which shape it is, we have to study. Okay, and what is this path taken by the projectile? And see, this is just velocity you have given and you have left it. Why it is going to take this path means, what is the reason for that means? Due to gravity. If gravity is not there, what happens? If you throw some velocity with certain velocity, it just keeps on moving like that only. It will never return earth. It just keeps on moving like that only in that direction itself. When gravity, if it is not there, because of gravity only, what is happening? It is going that gravitational pull towards the center of the earth. It is trying to pull it toward the center of the earth. That's why it just takes and falls over on the surface of the earth. Okay. So now we need to study this particular motion. What do you call this one as? Projectile motion, motion of a projectile. This is, once again I am telling you, the most important 5-mark question. It's not like expected, it will be there in your final examination. So important question it is. They will ask you, define projectile or what is a projectile, what is the part, show that path taken by a projectile is a parabola, or trajectory of a projectile is a parabola, explain or show that. They will ask you to prove that. So once again, path of this projectile will be parabola it is. We have, our intention is to solve it, or we need to prove that even. Why this path is a parabola, what it is. So how you need to write for it before going for all those. How you can say that it is a projectile, this projectile is a parabola. We will go in depth and we will study everything. Before going for it, how you can come to know, or how you can conclude that this path is parabola, or this is a straight line, or this is a circle. How you can come to know? If I say, if I am going to throw something, if it keeps on moving like this, what is the path taken by this particular ball? It is keep on moving in a straight line path. If I throw something into air, let me say it is moving in circular path, let me say. Then just by looking you can say it is a circle. Or just by looking this line you can say it is a straight line. Just by looking this graph you can say it is a parabola. Okay. And if it moves in this path, then it is what? Ellipse. Not every time you go keep on looking in which path it is moving. Got the point? I will just come back to a small example here, not to make you to be more convenient. I hope everyone have seen launching of the rocket launch. Whenever it has been launched, right? The people keep on saying there, you will be listening in the televisions or somewhere, right? You will be listening. So and so altitude it is at, so and so velocity it has gained. In the first phase completed, so and so distance it has travelled, or so and so altitude it is at. And again it has reached the stage 2, so and so velocity it attained, so and so direction it is moving, and it is successfully launched into the third phase, and so on. A person sitting there and there will be telling all these information or data to us. How come is there anyone going behind that rocket and finding out how much altitude it is at, or how much velocity it is moving, or in what direction it is moving? Is there someone going behind that and finding out, counting all those values there? There is no meaning for that to say that, isn't it? Then how come it is possible? How come you can say? Means everything is some mathematical data what they are seeing in front of them. For every certain kind of study, right, there will be mathematical calculation involved. Just by making use of those mathematics, they are going to put some substitutions over there, or they are going to put some values over there, and they will just put some values and calculate for certain values, and finally they are going to come to a conclusion that so and so things are happening, so and so displacement is taken. If it is moving with uniform acceleration, they will take that kinematic equation. What is that? S equals to ut plus half at square. If it is not uniform acceleration, they will just define an equation for its path. So like that, so important in obtaining a mathematical equation. If you want to study physics, right, physics conceptual thing you can apply. I can say that why it is not moving in this way, it is just bending, means that is physics what we have in our hand, right? Because of gravitational pull on this particular stone or projectile, it just keeps on, it just won't keep on moving like that. That gravitational pull will make it to move toward the center of the earth. That's why it will take the parabolic path, we can say theoretically. But if you want to say experimentally, if you want to prove that even exactly what is this path, we are assigned with certain equation for that particular motion. Any kind of motion or any kind of, for example, if it is a straight line, I hope you are familiar with straight lines at least. Y equals to mx plus c. I hope you come across this slope intercept form of a straight line, isn't it? So like if I say like y equals to mx plus c, just equation, looking at the equation, what you can say? This is a straight line you can mention, isn't it? And similarly, if I say this is a circular path, if a body is moving, means you can say like x square plus y square equals to r square if origin is at the center, right? R is the radius, origin is at the center, x square plus y square equals to r square represents equation of a circle. Similarly, ellipse means x square by a square plus y square by b square equals to 1. This is the equation of ellipse. So likewise, if you A and B are semi-major axis and semi-minor axis or focus, everything you will get, we are not going to that conic section in mathematics. In conic section you will come to know about all these things. which equation corresponding to which particular which particular graph is going to hyperbola. If I take, what is the equation corresponding to that? Means for every curve we are having, we can write a sort of equation for it. Mathematical equation is this, every curve which we are going to mention, right, will be governed by a mathematical equation. So here also in our disc, why I am telling all these things in the sense, simply just by looking like this teacher has drawn, that's why it is a parabola, means they won't give the marks there. So we need to obtain a sort of equation for this, and finally we have to say that equation is in the form of a parabola. Looking at that equation, you have to say that the path taken by the projectile or trajectory of the projectile is a parabola. Like that you have to come to a conclusion. For every motion in physics, even just an example which I have given, launching of the rocket and further what the readings are going to give, right? Even there itself, a person sitting over here will be having his own data related to the equation will be given for the motion of the rocket. Just like the projectile equation, how we are going to derive. If it is moving in a straight line path, what is the equation corresponding to it? Similarly, you can write for a displacement equation for it. Differentiating that displacement, how it varies with time, right? You will get velocity of that rocket, right? Similarly, what acceleration rocket is supposed to have at that height, how you can calculate differentiation of that velocity, or certain equations they are going to be bound. Okay, so meaning is any kind of motion, if you want to represent, mathematical equation is more essential for us. Without that mathematical equation, it is very difficult in confining the motion of the particle. Okay, so that's why not only this, even if you take a wave motion, you are going to have in the future course of studies, we are going to study oscillatory motion, body which is moving in a to and fro motion, right? Harmonic it is, and if it is going to be periodic, if the harmonic is going to be periodic, then it is oscillatory, wish to say. Simple harmonic, if I want to say, some conditions are there. Once again, to and fro motion we are having, right? For the to and fro motion also, you have to derive an expression. There will be an equation. If I want to say at t equals to 0, if it is at one extreme position, when it comes to the main position, what will be the displacement, or after some time what is the displacement, means you have to obtain an expression for it, for the motion of that simple harmonic motion or oscillatory motion. In the same way, wave, in the form of a wave, if a particle is traveling, what is the equation corresponding to that wave motion? So likewise, different types of motions in physics what we are going to study with, each and every motion of the particle can be represented with a unique equation for that particular motion. So here also, so why this much of this much of information why I have given for you is like, it is not blindly going to be written there. Simply I have written equation, this is so and so, parabola or something, you should not. In the future course of studies, whenever you are going to study, right, any equation when you are writing, there should be meaningful, or there should be some knowledge you need to have behind that equation. Why we are writing an equation? Physics is all about the combination along with mathematics. More of maths will be involved in physics, less of concept. Concept along with that numerical, right? If you are having that skills, then analysis skills or analyzing skills of that, then physics will be very beautiful. You can enjoy with that, right? So now, as I told you, just by looking at the equation, you should not say that path of a projectile is a parabola. We have to say, we have to obtain an equation. For that, I am going to consider a point here, like it travels some x distance and it has traveled some y distance. Okay, so we have to study, we have to write a corresponding equation for this y and x coordinate. See, horizontal distance and vertical distance together is what? Plane. Horizontal distance, how much is the distance it traveled, like u into t plus half ax into t square, we will write here like this. Horizontal, only all horizontal components I have taken. Ux in horizontal direction, what is the initial velocity? In horizontal direction, what is the acceleration? Like that. And similarly for y also, uy into t plus half ay into t square. If I combine both of them, means what? Displacement, xi cap plus yj cap. Xi cap plus yj cap. See, this is horizontal distance. How displacement it is going to happen in horizontal direction. Similarly, how displacement it takes place in vertical direction. If I combine together, right, that is plane chapter is all about. In motion in a straight line, we have studied only this one, or we have studied only s equals to yj cap. Separately we have studied that. Either it is xi cap or it is yj cap you have studied. When you are going to combine these two, that is nothing but what? A plane. Everything, velocity when you take, a body which is moving in x direction means only 10 I cap or some v I cap only we have written there, where in straight line, or if it moves in y direction means only one direction means vj cap we have written. But if it is moving in plane, both we are going to have, both the components that body is supposed to have, velocity components, both x as well as y components we are supposed to have. How much it is, we have to write for it. So this is all about plane chapter. If I start now, it cannot be ended up within 10 minutes or 15 minutes of time. So it just takes some time. That's why I am going to take this projectile equation, or path of the projectile is a parabola, that equation to be derived, that I am going to take it for the next session. So before winding up of the session, right, so what are all the things we have studied for this session is like how we need to write kinematic equations in plane, and how we made use to substitute for all the given, some numericals are given there, numbers are given and we have substituted for it. That is first thing we have learnt with, and how to write those displacement, all those in the previous sessions we have studied, and kinematic equations majorly how to make is we have studied. After that, what is this projectile motion, right, what exactly the projectile is, and how we can say that this projectile is taking so and so path, how that equations corresponding with how to obtain all those. In the coming sessions we are going to study for them. Anyway, I will wind up the session for today, and remaining things we will see them in the next session. Fine, thank you.